All right, Ryan. I like to drive. I drive a lot. I'm actually at 99,000,
Oh,
300 or 400. I haven't had this car for 2 full years yet, and I'm about to roll over 100,000 miles. And it doesn't include Abby's car or my other car that I use specifically for road trips. But just the car I use the most is about to hit 100,000 miles. And early on last year, I really started decking it out with crypto miners and things that earn crypto tokens. Some of them I've been using for years and have just put into this car. Now I'm getting ready to be doing quite a bit of driving over the next couple of weeks back and forth from Kansas to Ohio. So I've really been looking into what I've got going, where I need to optimize, because I'm taking 3 different cars. So I've got to move everything over. And I thought, basically what I have in my Kia Sorento is a $42,000 crypto miner. I got 5 different things in there. And I got asked about it because we had Ford come out. The Bronco had a recall on it. And so they had to reset some stuff. So to do that, they had to go in through the ODB2 port. And he said, "What in the hell is that plugged in all the time?" I said, yeah, it's tough to explain. I said, but it's mining crypto. He's like, "What?" And I said, yeah, so it monitored, the thing that he had unplugged from the Bronco was the Demo, the AutoPie for Demo. And I'm trying to explain it to him. And of course, he's just like, "That's ridiculous," And when I was trying to explain it to my tax lady earlier this year, why every mile that I drive should technically count as a tax write-off, because every time I'm driving, one of these at least is running. And it's just hard for people to wrap their mind around. So I thought, you know what, I'll just make a quick video and just explain the 5 different things that I currently have in my car running. So when I go out and drive in the morning, I run all 5. In the Bronco, I've got a couple. Depending on how long I'm going to be in the car. If we're just running somewhere, I won't set up all the stuff. But now I have enough Hive Mapper cameras that every car that I'm in has 2 going all the time. So I've got SoarChain is one of the companies, the Nadix Network, Hive Mapper, XYO, or the Coin app. XYO is actually the token that it gives you, but it's called the Coin app. And that give you an idea of how old that one is. Before there were multiple coin apps, there was just the Coin app. So that's the one that I used before I went in England. When we went through the last bull run, it was the Coin that finally got me out of debt for the first time since my first car loan when I was 18. So
that's a video right there.
Yeah, XYO has a heart, even though it's not as big of a producer as some of these other ones right now. I just have that running all the time. And then Demo, which is the one that the Ford guy was asking about. So I've got a couple of videos here and I'll share them with you. And it's basically a quick introduction to the 5 things that I use in my car at all time. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's see this.
All right.
I've seen the car. I've just not seen the setup.
What is SoarChain?
SoarChain is a decentralized connectivity infrastructure for vehicles. It is a layer 1 chain, and it is a decentralized ecosystem where all mobility vehicle participants can come into play, including drivers, vehicles, developers, fleets, and car manufacturers even. So they can share securely their data and their values in this ecosystem. Also, another part of SoarChain is developers can create specific smart contracts and develop the decentralized application, innovation, and collaboration.
That actually wasn't as detailed as I remember. After I found the other 4, that one wasn't. It's tough to explain because SoarChain and Nadix are both kind of in the testnet versions. So I'm earning tokens preparing for their airdrops. They don't even have blockchain tokens just yet. So
damn, talk about being early.
SoarChain, it has a little Modus Mini is the name of it. AutoPie for Demo, the thing that plugs in. So I have a splitter and I have the AutoPie and the Modus Mini running at all times. So SoarChain, it's like the AutoPie. It's measuring road conditions. It's measuring how hard and how fast I'm driving my car, and it's selling all that data. And it's giving the ability for developers to make applications for the vehicles and then for companies that would use SoarChain. Number one, like I said, it's still in testnet. I'm earning in-app tokens and preparing for their yet to be announced airdrop. But the next one, the Natix smartphone app, this one has announced that it will be doing an airdrop, and I've got a bunch of tokens on this one. And so this is similar.
Hey, before you get into that, do you remember what you paid for the SoarChain or?
Yes, the Modus Mini. I think it was $99 for the Modus Mini, but I already put $199 down on their Pro version, and I think it's $499. So I think I'll pay another $300 when they release their big one. This is almost just like I think they keep calling it testnet, kind of just testing stuff out. So I think I spent $99 for SoarChain and got in before the airdrop cutoff. But the date where they, draw the line, I got my order in. The Natix smartphone app, that just uses any smartphone. I use my Solana Saga phone, and I actually super glued a mount into my windshield. So once I get all of my Hive Mapper footage off, then I turn on Natix, slap it up there, and what it does is it uses the camera, but it doesn't record anything. It's passive. So when a car drives by it, it records that it's a car. When we slow down, when you see the stoplights, it's recording all of this information, but it's not recording the video. So it's going, okay, well, in this drive from here to here, there were 5 stoplights, there was this, and this, and it's recording all that data, and it's doing the same thing that the other ones are doing. It's selling it to then companies that would find that data useful, and then it's rewarding you in tokens. They've got a big airdrop coming up, and I've got what I feel like is a pretty good chunk of Natix tokens. So I'm very excited about that. They've announced their airdrop. They've announced that. Here's their little introduction video on YouTube, Natix.
Driving with Natix Drive and mobile app means earning, not spending. No matter if you drive all day as part of your job or only take short city trips. How? Download our app, place the phone on the dashboard of your car, turn on the app, and that's it. Our AI technology turns your phone camera into a smart sensor that scans the road and detects valuable events. Road obstacles, surface damages, traffic congestion, or free parking spots are turned into anonymous numeric data used for improving maps. No picture or videos ever leave your phone. Therefore, protecting your privacy and data plan. And you earn points for every detection and every kilometer driven. You can redeem your points for the latest electronics, health products, planet-saving initiatives, and soon, Natix cryptocurrency. There's something for everyone. And with existing and upcoming features like dashcam, navigation, and parking availability, Natix Drive and is your perfect driving companion. So why wait? Download Natix Drive and earn with every drive, anywhere, anytime. Driving with,
which is pretty cool. That's one thing I don't think we've really delved into with any of our in-car applications yet, is like finding open parking spots.
Yeah.
Not a big deal in Wichita, but in bigger cities, driving around and going, it's still 3 more blocks to the arena. Should I drive up to the arena and then risk having to drive all the way back? But if you've got the ability in your Waze app or in your Google Maps to go, okay, there's a street parking spot available up there. I'm going to head for it because somebody's Natix network identified that open spot and notified the company. So pretty cool. Like I said, that one doesn't have any hardware that comes with it. You could just download it straight to your Apple or Samsung or Android phone. I use the Solana Saga. Oh, you know what? I just thought of another one. Speaking of which, the Solana Saga has my service that I use is the Helium Mobile, which is $20 a month. And I've got the mapping turned on it. So I'm going to change the name of this. 6 things I use every time I drive. So when you're driving around on that, it keeps track of where you're going, and you get paid in Helium tokens. And when the price was up not that long ago, I was making about $30 a month in Helium tokens and paying $20 a month in service. Now, I've just been saving all of mine and the coin has gone way down. So I'm hoping in September it goes back up and I'm rich. But yeah, there you go. Helium Mobile. I also have that. There's 6 things I'm always using.
Yeah, boy.
When I'm driving the car. The other big one, the one that is my favorite, is HiveMapper.
My name's Ariel Seidman. I'm the CEO and co-founder of HiveMapper. So HiveMapper is building a global map. And the way that we're doing that is quite simple. So you buy this dash cam, you install the dash cam on your car. It is collecting all of this imagery, all this location data. And as we're mapping here, the Solana blockchain is supporting our ability to ensure that this is being done correctly and being done in a way that is equitable to everybody who's participating. There's all these cars every single day that are driving around. If you put a little camera on them, we reward you in our Honey token. It's a reward mechanism saying like, look, you put in this effort, right, to build this map, to contribute and collect this data. Here's your reward for it. When people think of HiveMapper today, they think of the HiveMapper dash cam, right? The device, it is the eyes kind of, just driving down a street and it's like, okay, what do I see? Okay, and then what do I see needs to be translated, right, into little bits of information that make up an actual map. And then we have these Map AI trainers. And so the Map AI trainers, they can be sitting anywhere in the world behind a computer and they're
I could go on and on with that one. There's only a couple minutes left in that video, but basically what it does is think Google Street View, except decentralized and spread out among hundreds of thousands of cars rather than a couple of very expensive Google cars. And it does the same thing. It maps construction sites, it maps signs, billboards, anybody who wants to purchase, any customer that would benefit from that data. Even if it was like, I need to know how many lawyer billboards are there on Highway 70 between Indiana and Illinois, because I want to see if I want to put any of that information, and they can go in there in their AI and go, show me every billboard that advertises a lawyer or a phone number, something like that. And so basically all of the DPIN projects that I've purchased have come from, hold on one second, I got to sneeze. All of my DPIN projects that I've paid for, all the hardware, all the stuff that I've bought has come from the one original HiveMapper dash cam. This time last year I started driving with it. Last Thanksgiving, the price of the token ran way up. And that was one of my biggest crypto scores ever, was when I cashed out in December, took a lot of that money and just I bought 5 more regular HDC cams. I bought 10 of the new Bs that will be coming out probably next year. I bought the hardware. I bought the Solana Saga, the Modus Mini, the AutoPies. I bought 6 of those demos. All of that came from HiveMapper, and I've got them running now in all 3 of my cars, and several friends and family members I've now gotten cameras for. I got them in there. We're splitting the token distribution every week. I love HiveMapper. That's the big money one. Brian has a HiveMapper.
Yeah. You got. I have one, the HTC running, and then I've got 5 of the Bs. Yeah, 5 of them on order. Hopefully not next year. Hopefully still this year, but they say third quarter, right? Unless that's changed. But
third quarter, but that's like next month. Yeah, so
exactly.
It's unlikely that they'll have it out by then. They've been late on everything, but one thing I do like about how late they are and everything is their game plan is to do it right, not to get it out, not to get on anybody's timeline, not to get somebody crypto rich. They are establishing a solid quality mapping company. And if it takes them a little bit longer to get a prototype that is good, that's what they're going to do. And so these cameras that they showed in the video, that was their first run. And they found a lot of issues with them. They overheat, there's a lot of, the GPS doesn't hold real well. They overheat. The mounts aren't great. And so they're really trying to take all that into account and get the next round of those Bs.
Yeah.
That we're hoping that those are going to be really good. But like I said, I've got nothing but good things to say about HiveMapper because it has been my best crypto score. For my original $300 or $400 camera, I've cashed out well over 10,000, and I have several thousand, even with the coin as low as it is right now. I have several thousand in my wallet. So, and then we've got XYO is the next one, And like I said, this one also has a special place in my heart because I've been doing this one since before the last base. So 2 years in Ohio, 3 years in England, and I was doing it before then. So I was doing it way back early crypto time, and I was earning, and it was just like, it was like not anything. After years of driving this, I had $120 worth of crypto, and it wasn't until I was in England and during the last bull run, 2020, 2021, that coin ran up. My brother called me and said, "Yo, are you seeing this?" And it jumped up to several thousand, and I cashed out. It was at 1.5 cents, and I cashed out at several $1,000s. And I thought, I'm the smartest man alive. I paid off my last credit card. I was debt free, and it went from 1.5 cents to almost 9 cents. And it was like my several thousand would have been 24,000 had I waited 2 more weeks. But it got me out of debt. I was very happy at the time. I'm still very happy. I still use XYO. It seems like the distribution has gone way down, even with Pro, which I used for a while, which is like a subscription where you get a little bit more, you find a little bit more. I'll show you the video, but it's not as good now. But I have the free version, and I have an extra phone that runs on a Wi-Fi hotspot in my car, so I'll just let it run.
The problem with data today is that a lot of people profit, or companies profit from it, and they take your data, but you're not properly incentivized or compensated for it. Blockchain and cryptocurrency make it possible that you are incentivized, and it makes the data more useful by making it immutable.
XYO is the supply chain for data. It allows you to produce high quality, pure data to manufacture solutions and applications on top of it.
I think that the last couple of decades have seen an incredibly huge increase in the amount of data that organizations have access to. The advent of smartphones and IoT devices and even connected cars. Once you've got it, you then have to think about, well, how can you actually process that data to do something meaningful with it? And then you've got to consider the validity of that data as well.
Data is extremely important to humanity. And so the important part for XYO is to be able to help people store those memories or store data and make sure that they're actually represented accurately or with as much certainty as possible.
So that's XYO. They've really pivoted and gone a lot of different directions, because when I first got it, it was just the phone. And then I got these little, they call them Sentinels, and it was like, it helped verify the phone, and this was using GPS to verify where you were at. And now they have a card. I don't have my wallet here, but now they've got a little NFC card that you swipe on the back to validate where you're at. It's a very cool project, but like I said, they've been doing it for so long. You know how it is. Those early years, you were doing a 1-to-1. One XYO coin in the app got you 1 XYO on the blockchain, and now I think it's 55 coins for every 1,000 in the app that you get. The coin goes up and down. So if you're buying and selling like on Coinbase, then you can make some money, but earning it in the app is very, very slow, especially if you have the free app. But like I said, it just sits in one of my phones that stays plugged in all the time and earns it slowly. So I'll probably ride or die with that one just because of my fond memories of it in the past. And it doesn't cost anything to do it right now. So one of the things that I bought with all my Hivemapper tokens was the Demo AutoPi, and that was the big one. Plugs into the ODB2 port, does all the same stuff. It actually has a SIM card in there that they pay for the connection, but it keeps track of vehicle information. It also, one of the handy things, I rent out one of my cars on Turo, and it has a built-in GPS tracker. So I actually have some added accountability. I can get onto the Demo app and find out where my car is being rented. Last week, it went to Nags Head, North Carolina. So just in case it never comes back, I can use Demo to go do it. And while it's doing all of that, it's earning crypto for me. So here's the Demo AutoPi. What I like about that one is it's 100% hands off. Once you put them in the car, I put one in my mom's car. She doesn't watch this channel. I can say it. She doesn't even know it's there. I plugged it into the ODB2 port, shoved it up under her steering wheel. She has no idea. Every week, that car pays me Demo tokens. It gets dropped in there Monday morning, right into my MetaMask wallet. Every week, it's there. And you get paid bonuses based on your streaks. I think all of my cars are 24 weeks or plus. So I'm at the top level of earning. And you don't have to do anything. It registers when you turn your car on. It records what's going on while you're driving, and it pays you once a week. And that is my favorite way for crypto to be earned in my car. HiveMapper earns more, but you got to do a little bit more. XYO, you got to fidget with it, and it earns way less. Nadix takes one whole phone out of commission, and SoarChain, it also, you have to connect it to a Wi-Fi hotspot. So there's a little bit of work with all those other ones, but Demo, once it's plugged in, it's hands off 100%. It earns quite a bit of coin, and even earlier this year, the coin was pretty nice. It was like 50 cents. I think it's down to 25 or something. It's halved, but everything's down right now. But I'm just stacking them, just stacking those demos for when it runs up in September, and then I, of course, will be rich.
We will see you no more. No,
that's right.
Yeah, no, it everything's down right now and slow. So,
yep, I'm not worried about it. And so that's the 6 things: Helium, SoarChain, Nadix, HiveMapper, XYO, and Demo. Those are the 6 things I use in my car all the time. The added benefit on top of all of that is if you're keeping track for taxes, you get a tax credit of like 65 cents per mile in America if you're using your car to earn money. And if you have those in there, every time you turn your car on, you are using it to earn money. So my tax lady specifically said, I don't think those miles count unless you're actually driving for Uber Lyft. I don't think those count. And I said, okay, can we just not count the $10,400 income from HiveMapper? And she goes, well, no, you can't not count that income. And I said, well, every time I drove, that was what it was doing, that's why. She's like, oh, like that. Yeah, I guess that counts. So there is a tax credit if you're using your $40,000 crypto miner all the time. Every time you're driving, every one of those miles is a tax write-off.
Interesting. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Crypto mining while you're driving.
There you go.